Hello, everyone. Hope you're all having a great day today. Um, while this video isn't necessarily a top 10 list, nor is it a list where I list give you guys my least favorite slash most hated comic books, superhero movies of all time. This movie is basically a video where I give you guys 10 of my most disappointing comic book superhero movies of all time. These are the list of the comic book superhero films that I've seen over the years that have underwhelmed me, that have really disappointed me, in which I had a lot of expectations for, and they really underwhelmed me. So without further ado, let's get started. Number one, I have the Flash film from 2023. Now, I know this film got a lot of flack during its promotion due to the constant legal troubles and legal issues caused by Ezra Miller. And deservedly so, the guy's the awful human being. But I was really looking forward to this movie due to my personal fandom of the character that he was portraying, Barry Allen, who happens to be my favorite iteration of the Flash. And the movie was just not very good to me. The CGI visual special effects were dog shit. The story to me was I felt a half-assed version of the Flashpoint event. And the main antagonist was terrible. I mean, you could have God gave us Reverse Flash, did he give us an evil version of Barry? That was just incredibly stupid. The post credit scene where Aquaman was drunk, where Jason Momoa was drunk, was incredibly stupid. And the writing wasn't very good, the storytelling wasn't very good. I mean, the best thing about the movie to me was Michael Keaton coming back to play Batman. That to me was the only shining moment I had with this movie. Other than that, this movie disappointed me on so many levels. It really disappointed me on so many levels. Number two is Marvel Studios' Captain Marvel from 2019. Now I know a lot of people like Brie Larson, Carol Danvers most because of I know some of my subscribers, excuse me, like her simply because of how attractive she is. But honestly, I find her portrayal of Carol Danvers to be subpar. I think she should have been given much better material to work with, especially in her first big movie as the character. I mean, going back to 2019, she was supposed to be advertised as the next major character in the MCU and one of the most powerful heroes to date. And the writing the source material that she has been given has been very mediocre to me. In this movie, I was a lot expected because Carol Danvers was one of my favorite Marvel characters since my teen years. What made me a fan was the 2010 animated series Avengers: Mightiest Heroes, in which she was voiced by probably my favorite female voice actor of all time, and Jennifer Hale. And I really was looking forward to this movie because I really like her character in the comics. I like her powers and abilities and so forth. But I felt her movie was rushed and poorly edited and not very well written. I didn't like how the scrolls were utilized. I don't think the scrolls were utilized that great, and I didn't like how Nick Fury lost one of the uses of one of his eyes. I did not like that at all. Number three is X-Men Origins Wolverine from 2009. Now, this movie is widely regarded as one of the worst of all time, and deservingly so. But this movie, I had a lot of expectations for me being a huge fan of Wolverine, especially Hugh Jackman's version growing up. And this movie underwhelmed me on so many levels. I mean, I felt this movie was rushed, poorly edited. The action scenes in overall were subpar. A lot of the CGI visual special effects were crappy as hell. How they screwed over Ryan Reynolds. I mean, they brought him in to be Deadpool, and they didn't make him Deadpool at all. I mean, his Barakapool, they basically made him Barakapool, basically, and it was bullshit. And I really was very disappointed by this movie. Yes, Hugh Jackman is great. Yes, Liev Schreiber was great, but outside of that, this movie disappointed the hell out of me. Number four is Bryan Singer's Superman Returns from 2006. I remember being so hyped for this movie when it was being promoted. Me being a huge Superman fan and all, I was really looking forward to it. And then when I finally got a chance to watch it on TV, looking back, I'm like, man, this movie could have been something special. The writing wasn't that great. The storytelling wasn't that great. I mean, Kevin Spacey was a bit too cartoonish as Lex Luthor from time to time. Kate Bosworth, I thought, sucked as Lois Lane. Brandon Routh was fine as Superman. It's just that he should have been given better material to work with. And the bullshit deadbeat dad side story to me was just fucking terrible. It was really fucking terrible. Um, I just didn't like that. Next up is the first Suicide Squad film from 2016. This movie could have been special. Obviously, this movie takes place after the events of Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, which of course disappointed a lot of people as well. But this movie, man, this movie was. I mean, this movie, I definitely do understand. I definitely do see and understand why it's terrible to a lot of people. But me, this disappointed. I mean, you're basically doing a story about a group of villains that are forced to be doing good by the U.S. government if they want to reduce time off their jail sentence. If they do it, they'll get time off their their prison sentence. If they don't, they get their heads blown off. And the writing wasn't very good, the storytelling wasn't very good, the character development wasn't very good, the direction wasn't very good. Jared Leto sucked as the Joker. I'm sorry, I thought his version of the Joker sucks. I thought it was a half-ass ripoff, a half-ass version of Heath Ledger's Joker. May his soul rest in peace, Heath Ledger. And the Enchantress was a shit villain. I can. I'm sorry, I thought Jared Leto was a ripoff of Heath Ledger's Joker. I'm sorry. That's just the way I feel. The movie to me is just, yeah, it sucks, but it was also very disappointing to me. Next up is Wonder Woman 19, Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman 1984 from 2020. Now, Patty Jenkins was the woman who directed the first Wonder Woman movie back in 2017, which, in my opinion, is still to this day one of the best live-action DC Comics movies of all time. I'll fight any tooth and nail to that. I don't care what anybody says. But her sequel, extremely disappointing. Her direction was nowhere near as good, nor as strong and compelling as the direction she had in the first film. Kristen Wiig sucked as Cheetah. The material that Pedro Pascal was given for Maxwell Lord was atrocious. I mean, the movie just wasn't very good to me. What Gal Gadot was not very well written in that movie. She tried her best with the character, but it wasn't that well written. She was given piss poor character development in that movie, and I didn't like that. This movie could have been her version of Captain America: The Winter Soldier from 2014, but it fell flat on its face. Next up, though, I know this movie is really hated on, and for good reason, because it was done poorly, and that's Jonah Hex from 2013. I was really looking forward to this movie, considering the fact that I loved westerns. I love John Malkovich. I love Josh Brolin as an actor as well. But this movie was so poorly directed, so poorly written, so poorly executed. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? Like, this movie was so bad. So poorly done, so poorly executed. It was disgusting. Like, it wasn't that good. It was probably one of the worst, not only one of the worst comic book superhero movies I've seen, but one of the worst westerns I've ever seen in my damn life. And I love westerns. Been a huge fan of westerns since I was a kid. I owe my late grandfather to making me a huge fan of westerns. So, it friggin' sucked. Next up is X-Men: The Last Stand from 2006. Nowhere near as good compared to the first two X-Men films. I hated what they did with Famke Janssen's Jean Grey in this movie. To me, her version of Phoenix was basically Jean Grey on her period. Hated Vinnie Jones as the Juggernaut. Yeah, it had some good moments here and there, but it didn't really have that charm that I really felt and loved about the first two X-Men films, which were directed by Bryan Singer. This one wasn't. Bryan Singer left Fox to go work on Superman Returns. We all know how well that turned out. I forgot the guy's name who worked on X-Men 3: The Last Stand, but it was just nowhere near as good as the first two X-Men films. Next up is Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer from 2007, which was also directed by Tim Story, who was the same who also directed the 2005 Fantastic Four film, which so far I still like to this day. But this one really disappointed me. I hated what they did with Galactus. I hated that they limited Silver Surfer's power to his board. It just did not have the same overall charm I felt with the first one. This one, I'm like, what the hell are you doing? You know, it was cool. The Fantastic car looked great. The main cast was fine. It was just that, obviously, Doctor Doom was not done better, was not done as well in terms of his powers and abilities. Rest in peace, Julian McMahon, but damn. They really dropped the ball on this one to me. I mean, I love the first one. as a kid from 2005, but the sequel really disappointed me, and it still does to this day. And last and certainly not least is Thor: The Dark World from 2013. Probably, other than Thor: Love and Thunder from a couple of years ago, this is probably the worst Thor movie I've ever seen in my damn life. I mean, Thor: Love the Dark World to me was very underwhelming to me. The Dark Elves were not done right. Curse wasn't done right. Malekith wasn't done right. I mean, a lot of the writing and storytelling just wasn't very good. A lot of it was piss poor. A lot of it was mediocre. This was not. I mean, the fact that the first Thor movie, which I still love to this day, after the success of the first Thor movie and after Chris Hemsworth's excellent performance as Thor continued in the first Avengers movie a year later in 2012, you would think Thor be given even better stuff in Thor: The Dark World. Well, he wasn't, and I really did not like that. I thought the shit that he was giving sucked. I did not like what they did with the Dark Elves. I did not like what they did with Curse, and I sure as hell, it just was not a very good movie to me. It just very much disappointed me. So yeah, those are 10 of the most disappointing comic book superhero movies. These are 10 of the many comic book superhero movies that disappointed me over the years. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.